Hello student, how are you all? I hope you all are well and be safe at your home. This is Rizwana Mukhtar, lecturer, Department of Physics. By seeing the picture, I hope you all guessed that today we are going to discuss about greatest scientist Sir Isaac Newton's law of motions, which is included in your chapter 3, Force. By the end of the lecture, you will be able to explain the momentum and collision of the object, explain Newton's second law, explain Newton's third law, and also explain the law of conservation of momentum. So our first topic is momentum. Momentum means the product of mass and velocity. The product of mass and velocity is called momentum. Here you are seeing that there is a car whose velocity is v and mass is m. Momentum is denoted by p. P equals to m cross v or mv. Here m equals to mass, v equals to velocity. Unit of momentum is kg meter per second and dimension of momentum is ml T inverse 1. Momentum is a vector quantity. That means it has both magnitude and dependency factors of momentum. As we know that momentum means the product of mass and velocity. That means the greater the mass, the harder it is to move, and the greater its velocity, it's also harder to stop from moving. Impulse of force. Impulse of force means the product of force and time is called impulse of force. Impulse of force is denoted by J. So J equals to F cross T. Here F means force and T means time. So the unit of impulse of force is Newton second or kg meter per second. You should memorize both units because it's important for your MCQs. And the dimension is ml T inverse 1. Impulse of force is equal to the change of momentum. As we know that impulse of force J equals to F cross T. We also know that F means force. Force equals to ma. Here's a means acceleration. As you know that acceleration is the rate of change of velocity, which is denoted by a. That means a equals to v minus u by t. So by putting all information, we can write that j equals to mv minus mu. mv, here's v means the final velocity, so the product of mv means final momentum and u means initial velocity, so product of mu means initial momentum. So now we can say that impulse of force J equals to change of momentum. Newton's second law. Newton's second law is the rate of change of momentum of a body is proportional to the applied force. That means the more we apply the force, the more we get the momentum. Here you see that a man is pushing a car. The more the force the man will apply it on the car, that the car will get that much of momentum. Here you are seeing an object which mass is m and initial velocity is u. If we applied F force, then the object will start to move. After t time, the velocity of the object will be v. So we can say that the initial momentum of the body is mu and the final momentum of the body is mv, so that the change of momentum of the body is mv minus mu. Now the change of momentum of the body, or the rate of change of momentum of that body, is mv minus mu by t. From Newton's second law, we know that the rate of change of momentum of the body is directly proportional to the force, so that we can write rate of change of momentum is directly proportional to force. Here we see that m is common here, so we can write that equation. So as we know that v minus u by t means a, so our next line is ma proportional to f. Here we got ma equals to k into f. Here k is a constant of proportionality which depends on the unit of force. If when m equals to 1 kg and a equals to 1 meter per second square, then f equals to 1 Newton. From equation we get that the value of k is 1. So putting the value of k in equation 1, we get f equals to ma. What do you mean by momentum of a body 10 kg meter per second? It's a very important comprehensive question for you. So as we know that momentum is the product of mass and velocity, so we can easily write down the answer of that question. That means the momentum of a body 10 kg meter per second means a body of mass 10 kg moves with a velocity of 1 meter per second. Or you can also say that the body of a mass 1 kg moves with a velocity of 10 meter per second. It also means the momentum of a body 10 kg meter per second. So this type of answer you can define in these two ways. And we know that momentum p equals to mv, so here p is 10 kg and v equals to 1 meter per second. So another question is, what do you mean by 1 Newton force? If a body of mass 1 kg accelerated with 1 meter per second square, then it's called 1 Newton force. We know that F equals to ma. Here m is 1 kg and a is 1 meter per second square. So here's Newton's third law. Before starting the Newton's third law, you just see a animation. Here you can see that there's a toy car and a balloon is tied on the top of the car. Whenever the balloon is pinched by a pin, the car starts to move. So here's a question arises: how the car starts to move? The car is starting to move because of the air of the balloon. That means here's two type of force is acting on the same time. One is action force and another one is reaction force. So according to Newton's third law, to every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. How we work? In our daily life, we walk or round on the ground. When we walk on the ground, is there any force is working? How many forces are working here? How force are working here? So when we walk on the ground, we exert a backward force on the ground by the leg behind obliquely. This is the action force. According to the third law of a reaction force is produced opposite to this. Then we will be able to work on the road due to this. Here's our next topic is law of conservation of momentum. Conservation means anything that remain constant. So here we are going to discuss about conservation of momentum. Now you can see there's two body. Mass of first body is m1 and initial velocity of that body is u1, and mass of second body is m2 and initial velocity of body m2 is u2. After some time they collide with each other and then they start to move with new velocity. That means new velocity of object m1 or body m1 is v1, or final velocity is v1, and final velocity of object m2 is v2. So before collision the total momentum of two body is m1 u1 plus m2 u2, and after collision the total momentum of the body becomes m1 v1 plus m2 v2. So we can say when two or more bodies acts upon another, their total momentum remains constant, provide no external force are acting. This is known as the conservation law of momentum. That means in every time the total momentum of two body before collision and after collision remain constant. Derivation of m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equals to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Here you see there's two objects. The mass of first object or first body is m1 and initial velocity is u1. Mass of second body is m2 and initial velocity is u2. After some time the two bodies collide with each other and their final velocity become v1 and v2. So when the collision happened, the object m1 exert a force on m2 that is known as action force. At the same time object m2 exert the same and opposite force on m1, that is reaction force. So according to Newton's third law, we know that if action force is equal and opposite to reaction force. Here negative sign indicate that the action force is equal and opposite to reaction force, and we know that F equals to ma. So we can write for F1 m1 a1 and for F2 m2 a2. We also know that a1 a equals to v minus u by t. For a1 we can write down v1 minus u1 by t, and for a2 v2 minus u2 by t. As you see that here in the two part we just use t, not t1 and t2. It's only for that because action and reaction force always act at the same time. By calculating we got the equation m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equals to m1 v1 plus m2 v2. Here's m1 means mass of the first body, m2 means mass of the second body, u1 initial velocity of the first body, u2 initial velocity of the second body, v1 final velocity of the first body, and v2 final velocity of the second body. Law of conservation of energy. Here you can see that two objects m1 m2 collide with each other, and after collision their velocity become v1 and v2. The total energy before collision and after collision will remain constant. This is the conservation law of energy. So we can say that before collision total energy is half m1 u1 square plus half m2 u2 square. Here we are talking about the kinetic energy, and after collision the total energy, total kinetic energy is half m1 v1 square plus half m2 v2 square. According to the law of conservation of energy, we can say that E1 equals to E2. That means half of m1 u1 square plus half of m2 u2 square equals to half m1 v1 square plus half of m2 v2 square. Collision. In our day-to-day life, we are really familiar with different type of road accidents through newspaper or television. These events are the practical example of collision. So, what is collision? When a moving object hits another body at rest or in motion in very short time, then it is said that a collision has taken place. Collision is of two types: elastic collision, inelastic collision. Elastic collision. The collision in which the total momentum and the total energy before and after collision is remain constant is called elastic collision. There are two conditions for elastic collision. Condition 1, that before collision and after collision total momentum must be same. That means m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equals to m1 v1 plus m2 u2. And the second condition is before and after collision their total kinetic energy remain constant. That means half of m1 u1 square plus half of m2 u2 square equals to half of m1 v1 square plus half of m2 v2 square. Inelastic collision. The collision in which the total momentum before and after collision is remain constant but the total energy does not remain constant is called inelastic collision. So, the condition for inelastic collisions are m1 u1 plus m2 u2 equals to m1 v1 plus m2 u2. But m1 u1 square plus m2 u2 square is not equals to m1 v1 square plus m2 v2 square. Your homework is definitions, which is momentum, impulse of force, Newton's second law, Newton's third law, law of conservation of momentum, and comprehensive based question: what do you mean by momentum of a body 100 kg meter per second? What do you mean by 10 Newton force? Show that the rate of change of momentum is equal to the impulse of force. Thank you for today. Goodbye. Resume করলাম এবার।
রিজুম সহ